Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys what is on my iPad Pro. So I have it here, as you can see. I have the 11-inch in space gray. I'll have the unboxing linked in the cards up top so you guys can go check that out if you're interested. But I decided to get an iPad just because I was looking for something that was very powerful and that I can also use to take notes and use for school, things like that. And I love drawing and lettering, so I also wanted something that can do that, and the iPad was the perfect product that could give all of that. So that's why I decided to get the iPad, and I really have been loving it. It's so convenient, and I just love using it for all my daily tasks. My iPad is now also my main editing machine. I had a MacBook, the 2016 MacBook, just MacBook, not MacBook Air or anything. So I had that for a while, and it was powerful but not powerful enough for my editing. It was just getting a little slower and slower the more I started using it. So that went to my dad, and now I'm using my iPad Pro for all my YouTube needs. So yeah, it's really been great, and it's so powerful. It's much more powerful than my laptop. So I've been really loving to use this for that as well. Okay, so I'll have my screen recording here so you guys can see what I'm doing on my iPad. If I'm looking down, that's just because I'm working on my iPad down here. But anyway, so let's get started with all the apps that is on my iPad. So first off, we have all the basic Apple apps that everyone has on their devices. So we have FaceTime, Calendar, Camera, which I've never really used on the tablet. Contacts, Clock, Notes, Reminders, Apple TV, App Store, Books, Apple Music, Podcasts, Find iPhone, Find Friends, Voice Memos, Pages, iMovie, Puffin, and iStore. Now, the only app that you might not recognize is Puffin. What Puffin is a web browser which gives desktop class browsing. Now, what that means is I have certain things that I need to do for YouTube that I need a desktop browser for, so that's why I have this on here to do all those things. But with the new iPad OS that is coming out, it will automatically have Safari as desktop browsing and not mobile browsing, which is, I think, a huge improvement and will really benefit all users. So yeah, I'm really glad that they decided with iPad OS to make it desktop browsing and not mobile browsing, because a lot of things that people do on iPads do need desktop browsing. So yeah, but yeah, that's what Puffin is, if you're wondering. So if you're looking for a desktop browser, you can use that one as well. Now for all my apps that I have down here at the bottom in my dock. So obviously here at the right, these are the apps that I just frequently used or recently used, and yeah, that's why they are there. But here at this side, you can see all the apps that I've put on my dock that I use mostly or I just want quick access to. Now, the main reason why some of these apps are here is because if I want to do a split screen or something, I can easily just swipe up and get access to my dock and then drag them into my viewer. So that's why I have that, especially photos. I use a lot for that when I'm drawing or anything. Then we have settings. Obviously, everyone knows what settings is. I have Safari here. I have files, which I frequently use to store some of my things that I use for editing or just different files. I have Notability. Notability is one of my favorite note-taking apps. I haven't tried GoodNotes yet. I am maybe gonna get it, but we'll still see. So yeah, I really love using Notability for school, and I'm gonna be using it this term for the first time, like a full term. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Procreate, I love using. It is an editing app. It does cost money, but it is super worth it with the Apple Pencil. I love doing some drawings. Here you can see some drawings that I've done. Just playing around with this app has been so much fun, and I absolutely love using it. So this is probably my favorite app on iPad, and I really think it's very worth it to buy if you're someone who loves using an iPad. So yeah, this is really one of my favorite apps that I really recommend. So Procreate, if you already know what it is, you know it's good. So yeah, that's all the apps that is in my dock that I most frequently access. And then we have all the other apps that I've downloaded. So first we have YouTube, and you all know what YouTube is. You're on it right now. So I can just access YouTube videos that I want to watch, or if I want to do something about my channel, I can access it here. So here you can just see my channel, and yeah, YouTube is very nice to watch on the iPad with the big screen. Next up we have Luma Fusion, and if you don't know what that is, it is an editor, a video editor for iPhone and iPad. It is by far my favorite video editor for iOS and now iPad OS that's coming out, just because it has all the features that you really need in an editor. It has so many video tracks and audio tracks, all the necessary tools, and it's a very professional editor. So if you're looking for a good editor for iOS, I really recommend LumaFusion. It is my favorite. I just did a video on this. If you want to go check that out, I'll have that linked in the eye up top so you guys can go check that out. But yeah, if you're looking for a good iPhone editor or iPad editor, this is the one. Next up we have Fonto, and this is just an app that I use to edit photos and add text to photos. Here you can see I have a bunch of fonts in here that I use frequently. My own font that I always use I have in here, and I just make all my thumbnails using Fonto, adding text over it and everything. So yeah, Fonto is my favorite app for editing photos and adding text over photos. Next up we have Messages. You all know what that is. And then we have YouTube Studio, and I absolutely love using YouTube Studio. It is what I use to manage all my videos, reply to comments really easily, things like that. I use YouTube Studio. If you have a YouTube channel, this is a must-have on your phone or tablet. It's really easy to see analytics and view counts, reply to comments, etc. It's a really good app to use. Then we have Google Drive. If I need to send files through devices, or if I just have something that I need to get off of Google Drive, I have that here. Then we have Netflix, which I use. It's very nice to watch Netflix on such a big screen. We have Outlook, which I use for all my emails. I just love the layout of Outlook, so I love using it on my iPad, just to have multiple accounts and just manage all my accounts. So that's what I use Outlook for. Adobe Sketch is what I use for the scribbles that I sometimes have on my thumbnails. So here you can see the scribbles that I'm talking about. Let me just show you guys an example of a thumbnail. Here, the latest video that I have, this Memoji, that scribble at the back of the text, I used this app to create that. So yeah, I use this a lot for thumbnails and just adding a little something else to my thumbnails. I love using Adobe Sketch for that. Then I have Photoshop Express, which I barely use. I think I've just used it once for a thumbnail or something. So yeah, I just have it on here in case I need to edit something a little more professionally. And I also have Lightroom on here, so I can also use that to edit photos. And again, I think, yeah, I've just used it for this one thumbnail. So yeah, that's where I use Lightroom for. It's just for photo editing. Keynote is something that I love using for making green screens. Here you can see some examples, or I made just a presentation, things like that. I love using Keynote for that. It's really just simple and easy to use and fast. Keynote is basically like PowerPoint. So yeah, that's what Keynote does. And then you have Dropbox, which I also just use for sending files or things like that, uploading files. I have that on here. Over is an app that I use for editing photos. Again, I just use it for sizing photos mostly, and sometimes getting my specific colors, but that's what Over is. It's a really nice photo editing app for adding text and everything over your photos. And you also have the ability to make videos as well. Next up we have NordVPN. That is a virtual private network. If you don't know, I use it, we all use it, my family use it for accessing US Netflix, because we only have a few shows here in South Africa. So using a VPN, you can get access to US Netflix, which is sometimes really nice, and I've been enjoying using it. This is the first month that I've used it, and it's been really nice, and it's really been easier, and you just have more access to different movies and TV shows. Next up, we have Camera Connect, which is what I use to transfer files or like videos or photos from my camera to my phone or tablet. So yeah, that's what this is for. Let me know if you want a video on how I transfer my photos and videos to my iPad so I'll do that for you guys if you're interested. Bokeh Lens is an app that you can edit the focus of a photo to make it into a portrait photo. That's just really helpful for sometimes for editing thumbnails, things like that, to make something stand out a bit more. That's what Bokeh Lens is for. It's not really optimized for iPad that much, but I mostly use it on my iPhone if I need to use it. But yeah, it's a really nice app if you're looking for something to edit your photos and make it look like a portrait mode photo. I love using that app. Eraser is an app that I often use for making things for my thumbnails. So for example, I edited this image to look like this, so I basically just deleted the background and now it's its own PNG. So that is what I use this for. Eraser is just very helpful to make PNGs of images, so I can use them in thumbnails, things like that. That's what Eraser is for. Beach Buggy Racing 2 is just a random game that I downloaded. I haven't really used it, but I just thought maybe downloading it and having something on the iPad to play to pass time is fun. So that's why I have that on here. Then you'll see this feedback here. That is because I just downloaded the iPad OS 13 public beta, and then this app automatically appears. I'm not on the beta yet. It's still downloading the update. So once I've finish this video, I'm probably gonna update it so that I then have iPad OS, the beta. Let me know again if you want a video on that. My wallpaper is from Emma Studies, her downloadable content. She has this in her Dropbox, so you can just download from her website. I'll have it linked down below. She makes some really great photos for wallpapers and things like that. I also have one for my lock screen. So yeah, I'll have that link down below for you guys to go check out if you're interested in some of her wallpapers. She has this type and also some nature themes such as mountains and things like that. So I really love that she gives these wallpapers. So yeah, you can go check them out. I'll have that link in the description box below. So yeah, those were all the apps that are on my iPad. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and maybe found it interesting. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are on all these apps, and if you have other recommendations for apps that I maybe should check out, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know. Definitely subscribe, it really does help, by clicking on the icon on the screen with my channel icon, and then click on the playlist to see all of my other tech related videos, and click on the video to my previously uploaded video. Love you guys so much, be weird and be proud of it. Bye.